All right, welcome to another edition of Model Talk Tuesdays. I am a lady named Pearl, the founder of a Lady Named Pearl Modeling and Leadership Academy, where our mission is to shape the confidence of girls and women to become future leaders through modeling, leadership, and entrepreneurship training. And today I have such a wonderful guest. I mean, when I got on Zoom, I was just pleasantly surprised by this beautiful ensemble she put together. But today we have Tt'Shauna Lightbourn. She is a model, amazing model out of Miami. What I've seen with her profile on Instagram, she's done things with New York Fashion Week, and she's also modeled for our very own Little Haiti fashion show. So please help me welcome Tt'Shauna to Model Talk Tuesdays. Girl, thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
So excited to be here.
You know what? I love that you wore your pearls for we call our students pearls. So, you're
I
already.
didn't even think about that, but wow.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I love
So
that.
yeah, so you in alignment. You in alignment, sis. Okay, we're recruiting you somehow. Something is going on here. Okay. All right. So Tt'Shauna, I remember when you first came to our open call, you were one of the models that I was most impressed with. You definitely, yeah, left a lasting impression with your walk, with your professionalism, with your comp card that you brought to the casting. So tell us, how did you get started in the modeling industry?
I got started back in that was 2018, and I was just in college. I just started college. I was probably like a year in and didn't know if I wanted to stay in college, honestly. I ended up leaving. I was in school in Savannah State, Savannah, Georgia, and I ended up just coming back home to Miami. And I was like, let me at least like do something that I really enjoy, with the new time that I have. And I went to like all of the agencies on Miami Beach and I brought them pictures that I took, like random pictures. Like there was even some iPhone pictures in that portfolio. Like I'm not gonna lie. And I printed
Mhm.
all of them out and put it in a portfolio book and I brought them to all of the agencies. And then one of the agencies ended up signing me and yeah, it started since then.
And here we are today. Amen.
Right.
Hallelujah. I know that's right. So, what agency did you sign with?
I signed with before it was called MP Management, but now it's Select Model Management.
Okay, yeah, Select is awesome. I know there's one here in Atlanta, or
Yeah.
in Atlanta.
hmm
So, what's been the biggest highlight of your modeling career thus far?
Um, I would honestly say like the people that I get to meet like along all of the jobs, and just realizing like how in alignment it is with like, what I'm supposed to be doing. Um, yeah, it's like the people and being able to travel, like that's always a fun part of modeling. I would say that's like the highlight for me.
hmm No, and I felt you when you were saying that because look, that's how we got connected. If it wasn't for
Exactly.
modeling, we would have not known each other. So let's
Exactly.
just go a step back because some of our students, Tt'Shauna, they want to be models. So when you mentioned that, because one of the things that you want to do is attempt to get represented, right, by an agent so that you can get um opportunities for bigger jobs.
Mhm.
So you put your portfolio together and you shopped it around. What was it like when you walked in? Because an open model call. How did you prepare for that?
Um, Honestly, I collected, first thing I did was I collected all of the photos that I had, like every picture that I've ever taken, like as far as like professionally. Like I did some photo shoots here and there, and like I had some friends who were photographers who just like wanted to shoot me. I got all of those pictures together, and I was in like a modeling troupe in college, and we did some photo shoots, so I was able to use some of the photos from there as well. And I put it all in like the portfolio, like I said, and just like found what I felt was like the best ones and gave me like some versatility because that's what agencies really want to see is like kind of you in like different, like different what should I say, like different aesthetics, kind of just see you doing like e-com, more high fashion stuff, more like, different things. Yeah, and I just put that together and I brought it to yeah, all of the agencies.
And did you have to walk for them? So I'm glad that you got some training in college. Did you walk for the agents when you did your open calls?
Yeah, I ended up walking for them. I don't remember walking the first time. I think it was like the second time I met them that they really wanted to like see my walk and stuff like that. But the most important thing at first is to like get developed, like taking those digitals and like getting some like basic shots in so that way like they could start submitting you to other agencies and like different jobs and stuff like that.
Hmm. Okay, so how do you prepare, talking about, photo shoots and digitals, how do you prepare for a photo shoot?
I really just do like beauty stuff. Like that's like my thing. Like I feel prepared for a photo shoot, a show, any job that I'm doing. I take like the night before and the day of doing like extremely extensive beauty stuff because I really enjoy skincare and stuff like that. And for me, what's most important is just feeling like my most beautiful self. Like honestly, it's all about looks and it's all about you presenting yourself how you look on your comp card. So like your hair has to be in upkeep, your nails and skin, everything. And I like doing everything myself, so I take hours and like I do all types of stuff like the day before, and that's kind of like my personal prep when it comes to doing stuff. Because if I look my best, like I'm good. Like
Right.
yeah.
No, and I think that's just an overall mantra. The
Hmm.
better you look, the better you feel.
Yeah.
So, and I love that you're hands-on with everything. I think did you get a chance to meet, oh my gosh, she was on here 2 weeks ago. Joanna from
Yeah.
yeah, she
Yeah, we
does.
knew each other for years, actually.
Oh, okay, okay, got you. Yes, y'all two are the bomb. She does a lot of her own things too, and I like that. I think it is important for a model to understand skincare routines, how to put on their own makeup, exercise regimens, all
Mhm.
of these things that's going to prepare you for a photo shoot. Sleeping the night before. What else can I add to what Tt'Shauna said? Knowing the client's products, who you're modeling for,
Yeah.
knowing what you're, if you can, if you've gone through the mood board, if you can, it's not a perfect world, but at least just practicing some poses and different things like that. Okay, can you share a challenging experience that you have had, and how you handled it? Mm. Give
Hmm.
us the tea, girl. Give us the tea.
Like just in the modeling industry, period. Like,
Yeah, just in a to stay in the modeling realm.
um, if I have to be honest, the first thing that comes to mind is like the reason why I took a big break from modeling because like dealing with, especially here in Miami, and I have to keep it honest, but dealing with like the racism sometime in the agencies and with
Mm.
some of the agents, like they like I was going through it with my agency at one point, like not anything bad. I just felt like it wasn't a good fit for me anymore and like stuff like that. And I was like so excited to be with them, like and towards the end, like my agent was like so upset that I was kind of like leaving them. And she was just like, you'll never like maybe we're the only ones who's gonna see something in you. Like no one else would see anything in you. Like it's just so
That
crazy.
kind of
And
language, Shoshana.
literally verbatim. Like I wish I was lying actually because that means that other people don't have to deal with that. But I know other people have to deal with that, and that's the reason why I don't want to shy away from talking about that type of stuff because yeah, like it really happened. And yeah, she told me that and I was so young. It was like this was probably like 3 years ago. I was like way younger. I wasn't like as confident as I am now. Which is why I feel like it's so important because normally when models get signed, they're like 19, 20. And like you're just starting adulthood, kind of figuring out who you are, like you're still figuring out what you even like. And to
Mhm.
be in an industry where everything is about looks and everything is about, trying to post and trying to, so many like superficial things. Yeah, it could just be a lot. And if you don't step in with like a certain confidence and like knowledge of self and things like that, those things that agents could possibly say to you about how your body looks, how your face looks and this and that, and telling you how like you may not be perfect and this and that, like those things. So I would say those are like that was the most difficult thing for me, was like kind of navigating after that, because it was discouraging for me. Like it was a bit discouraging for me, and I took a break. Um, and now I'm back, and I feel more confident, and I feel more aligned. Because I had to really kind of go in it how I wanted to do it, instead of like industry standards and what you think you're supposed to be doing and things like that.
So you all welcome to Model Talk Tuesdays. We're here with the amazing Tt'Shauna, and some of the things that I'm liking that she's saying, well, I'm loving everything, but owning who you are, knowing who you are, because in the entertainment industry, whether it's modeling, acting, music, or anything, people are going to try to shift you to what they want you to be, or there may be a way certain things are done, or
Like there are like certain trends as well that
mhm.
like they see kind of going on in social media, and sometimes like you may feel pressure to like fit certain aesthetics and things like that for the time being as well.
Yeah, so it's really, I'm glad that you're mentioning that, because the crazy thing about it, and like you mentioned, is that we start so young. So it's just like you get thrown into this world so young, and everybody's coming at you. So it's just like, how do you deal with all of that? So I'm glad that you did step away, and take some time to find out who you are and then come back in. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. Okay, and while we're doing that, let's see if I can, well, let me pull up this next question. Okay. So how do you maintain your physical and mental well-being? That is a good one.
So for my physical and mental well-being, I would say I do a lot of things that I enjoy. Like I feel like it's just important to do stuff that you actually love all the time. Like always feeding like your inner child. So I do a lot of different stuff. I go to a lot of like art shows, concerts, music. I love music. I love dancing, playing instruments, things like that, like things that just gets the body going, going to the dance classes, the Haitian dance classes on the weekends, things like that. Um, yeah, just like learn about culture, stuff like that, just always staying connected. Um, and yeah, working out too. I do yoga sometime, Pilates, things like that.
Okay. So tell me about some of these things, sis. Wait, hold on. You said music. Okay. So, when you play instruments, do you play any instruments for, you get what I'm saying, like professionally, or wait,
No.
no, because yeah, I'm a musician. So tell us about this whole look here, and what was this about?
So this was for the flying solo show I did. What was that? Last year? Yeah, last year, February. Um, yeah, I got to be in flying solo. I worked with them for the first time. I just walked with them again. And I don't want to mess up the name of the brand, Bill Hars Official.
Mm-hmm.
So I met the designer, and as soon as he saw me, he was like, "We're saving you for like this last look." And as soon as they put it on me, I was just blown away. Like, honestly, one of my favorite looks that I've ever worn to date.
It's absolutely gorgeous on you.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, let's see. Let me pick another one. Let me pick the ones that you pinned. Okay. Now tell me about this look. What is this era here?
So, yeah, I was in my hot girl era. I was a little younger. You know what I mean? I was about to turn 22. I was 21. I was just, I was taking a lot of photos at this time. This was like with a well-renowned photographer in Miami.
Mhm.
He goes by Rio Cam, and yeah, like this photo was just iconic. My head wasn't even shaved. I was wearing like a cap, I think, and he like photoshopped my head and everything to make me look bald.
Got you.
Mhm.
Beautiful. Okay, let's see. What's this show here?
This was for Zamore Creations. She was a Haitian designer, so it was nice to work with another Haitian designer. This was for Fort Lauderdale Fashion Week.
I love what they did with your hair too.
She did everything herself. The designer literally did my hair backstage. Like
This
she
is
did
the
everything.
designer?
No, no, that's the makeup artist. She's a
Okay.
great makeup artist.
Wow. Okay. So tell me about your Haitian background. Tell me a little bit about that.
So I'm Haitian from my mom. My mom is Haitian. My dad is from the Bahamas. So, yeah,
Hmm,
my mom was actually born in the Bahamas, but she's Haitian. And
nice.
yeah, so I actually have never been to Haiti, but I know a little bit about my family there, and my whole family is from on my mom's mom and mom's dad side is they're all from northern Haiti.
I got you. No, that's beautiful. That's wonderful. Okay, so tell us and students, I see you in the chat. Go ahead and drop your names in the chat so that way I can give you all a shout out. And if you have any questions for Tt'Shauna, just type them in the chat. Okay, so what are your thoughts on the current state of diversity, in the modeling industry? What do you think, the current state is?
Um, I think I really think that it could be a bit more like not even a bit more diverse, but more so like a bit more authentic because like it is just diversity just so we won't be like, hey, that brand is racist, but not because like they actually want to include like, you know, people in their campaigns and like different things like that. So I feel like just authenticity, honestly. I can see like us getting to a point where we include more like unique people because I have been seeing that like people
Mhm.
who are a bit more authentic kind of making their way into, which I'm excited about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I would say from the time that I got signed until now, we have made like a lot of change. Like there has been a lot of change. I've seen more models come in that look like me, and that honestly makes me so happy. Um, and another thing I would want to see is specifically for Black models, is that they kind of spread across like the whole diaspora and not just the African models. Love the African models. Love the African models.
Oh,
But
it's like this thing with African models, is what you're saying?
yeah, it's like this thing, and it's just like they're just like, oh, we have to be diverse. So let's just go for like the darkest model that we can find. And it's just like there's American Black models. There are Black people everywhere on the planet. You know, trying to say like we don't only to pick the African ones. And I think that like that would be great to see.
I understand what you're saying. It's almost like that Alec Weck look that or a Dutt. I think I'm pronouncing her name
Hmm.
right. That's just oversaturated when it comes to Black
Very
models.
oversaturated. Yeah.
Yes, no, I hear
It's
you. And
very
all of us cutting our hair. I remember I cut my hair. I was like, oh, okay, I got the look now. Come on
exactly.
now, go ahead, get me in the phone.
Okay.
If
Okay,
y'all
like
getting them from Africa, just get it right here. I cut my hair.
right.
So no, I understand exactly what you're saying, but I was actually influenced by Grace Jones from an artistry standpoint, just because I love me some Grace Jones. So I was like,
Mhm.
okay, let me cut my hair. And I was going through a period where I wanted to cut all of the perm out, and I was thinking I was going to grow it back, but then you get all of these compliments, and it's like, let me keep it short. Okay. So how do you handle criticism and rejection in this space?
Um, I really want to say don't take it personal. Like that's honestly one of my biggest models in life, to be honest. Um, it it could be a little difficult at times. Like I'm not gonna lie, especially if you're like a younger model coming in again, like if you don't have a solid like sense of self, um,
Mhm.
yet, and you're still kind of learning who it is that you are and like the things that are non-negotiable within yourself. You get what I'm saying? Um, so I would say, yeah, like, yeah,
Hmm. And
yeah,
I think when you get there to that space where there's non-negotiables, it's hard for somebody to get you off track. You get what I'm saying? Because you have your roots
right.
in the ground. You have your roots in the ground.
Exactly. And that type of thing takes time. Like I like when you're like 19, 20, you may think you have it like all figured out and you're all good, but it's just like no, wait until like a couple years and you'll see how different it is. Like um but dealing with rejection, just knowing that like this job is heavily focused on how you look and something that I learned early on was that like a lot of brands and jobs may tell you no for something, not because you didn't fit and not because you didn't look good or you didn't walk good. Like you could have ate the casting up, like you could have wowed them, but they have like
Mhm.
spaces to fill. Like the designer or the creative person already had an idea of who they wanted and how they wanted them to look and you probably didn't fit that or they probably already have someone who fits like your description and they don't want two people who look similar or like look the same, you know what I mean? Like if they already have a, a brown skin girl or like a black girl with an afro, then like they may not book me because we have the same look, you know? So it could be something like that. So it's not even that it's something wrong with me, like it's nothing wrong with any of us. It's just that sometimes they have to meet their standards. And I want to like give an example. When I was trying to go get signed and I was like going to all of those agencies in Miami, one of the agencies actually told me that I was too tall, which is actually crazy. I'm like 5'9", which is tall for some people, but like a lot of models are like 5'10", 5'11", even, you know? Yeah, you know what I mean? And they told me I was too tall and that's crazy. So it's like they'll even tell you anything just to like kind of let you down easy. And it may not even make sense, but just also knowing that like what's for you won't miss you. And that is very important too. And you may think you want something and it may not be in the best alignment for like the higher purpose. Does that make sense? So like you may think like, oh, I want to work this job like one time I got flown out to Milan to do a Gucci casting and I was so excited and then when I didn't book the job, I literally bawling my eyes out. I was like 20 years old, first time traveling out the country, literally bawling my eyes out and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like I didn't get this job. I came all this way."
Mhm.
And just for the next week, they did like one of their most racist campaigns ever. And that is not my brand. That's not on brand for me. And I didn't know at the time that I didn't want that. I thought I wanted it so bad to the point where it brought me to tears. But the next week I'm like, you know what? I'm actually happy they didn't book me because that would have been very off brand for me. So just things like that, just keeping an open mind. Um, I think that's the best way to like get rid of that I'm not good enough rejection type mindset.
A lot was said there. A lot was said there. Yes, yes. You all are tuned into Model Talk Tuesdays. Welcome to Shauna Lightbourn. She is giving us the juice. She is giving us the pearls of wisdom. Yes, you all, we are talking about, okay, we got a couple of questions in the chat. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Nala. Thank you all for coming in. Okay, what if shoots require you to do things that you don't want to do, but it's a big job and pays a lot? What should you do?
I personally would say don't do it. Like, don't do anything you're not comfortable with because nine times out of 10, you're going to look back on it and you'd be like, I
Mhm.
shouldn't have to do that or I shouldn't have to have done it that way. And honestly, if a brand is working with you and you're adamant about something that you don't want to do and they can't respect that, then like maybe you don't want that on your resume. You know what I mean? Like there will be other jobs and you may think like, "Oh, this is a big job. This is going to get me in this place." And that's not necessarily true. It can literally be the smallest job with the smallest team of people and doesn't even have the biggest budget, honestly. And you meet people who can connect you to a way bigger job than that job you ever thought. So like again, if it's for you, it's for you and it will not miss you. That's so important because don't put yourself through something because you think it'll get you more clout or like it's not worth it. You have to trust that like your path is divinely aligned. That like you're gonna meet the people you're supposed to meet.
Mhm. So one of the things I'm enjoying about this interview, Tt'Shauna, is like you're very spiritually grounded. And I think that's something that, any being needs, especially in
Yeah.
the entertainment industry. So can you give us some tips on how you're staying anchored? What are some things that you may do daily or, what is it? You know?
Um, honestly, I mean I've been spiritual my whole life. Honestly, like I was kind of born into this lifestyle and it's been a part of me for as long as I can remember. I also study astrology. That's like my second hobby that I love so much and how things align. So I'm very big on like everything is divinely aligned. Like I study dabble into astrology and human design and just how everything was like it's destiny. Like everything is aligned perfectly. So I don't feel like I have to worry about things all the time or like think like, oh my gosh, where is this gonna come from or how I'm gonna meet this person. Like I know that like I'm okay. Like the time I was born was very specific. You know what I mean? And it everything was written. Like it's just yeah. So that's what I keep in mind and that's what I keep in my heart with anything that I do.
Okay, awesome. So with that being said, we're going to close out with this question. So where do you see your legacy? What do you want your legacy to be? Being that it is already written, what have we written?
I feel like I would want my legacy overall to be for people to I want to be an example for people to like just live in alignment, like do exactly what you love and to trust that whatever it is that you love will bring you the desires that you want. And you don't have to worry about anything in between that like you can live off of your hobbies, you can live off of the things that you love. You don't have to do things that stress you out to have a good life, to like have the things that you want. Like you can actually do things you love and those things could feed you. Like those things could nourish you and all of your dreams could happen by doing things that you love.
Awesome. I love that. I believe that too. We have an entrepreneurship portion in our academy, and I believe all of the gifts that we've been given are here to, provide for us, and service us. So we're 100% on that. Okay, so students, I'm going to go ahead and close out this session. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave it in the chat. And then Tt'Shauna, if people want to follow you, you are amazing. We have to hang out, Tt'Shauna, in some way. If
I
people
agree.
want to, yes, if people, I see us working together in the future. It's just, a matter of time. How can the people contact you?
Um, so my Instagram is my first name at Tt'Shauna Tt'Shauna. Yeah, so I'm on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok at Tt'Shauna the same way, and on Twitter, but it's underscore Tt'Shauna.
And let me go ahead and pull that up really quickly so you all see that. And then, Tt'Shauna, what can you close us out with? Anything you want to close us out with?
No, I feel like we discussed a lot. I feel like I was able to share everything I wanted to.
Okay. Well, I have to say it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for being open and trusting me on this platform. You have a friend over here. You have a friend in the pearls. So I'll most certainly be in contact with you. Thank you all for tuning in to another edition of Model Talk Tuesdays, and we will see you actually tomorrow for Leading Ladies.
Thank you so much.